Hello everybody, I'm here today for Transgroom TV and I want to introduce you to two very special people. I have Gabriel Feitosa, not only working for and with Utsumi in the Utsumi team, and he's also a Hydra ambassador. This is Christy Utsumi, and I'm so happy that we're on board together with Christy and that we are able to distribute the scissors. And Christy, together with Gabriel, is gonna explain to you about why the scissors are so high quality. They are my absolute favorite, and I'm so very happy that we have these two people here that can explain everything about Utsumi.
Okay, so now it's the funnest part of all, that I can ask all the questions I want, and I think all the groomers want about the Utsumi shears, and which one is for who, for which person. So here we have the Novas. Before I ask, I have this one, and I already know it goes through any type of coat. It's very heavy duty. I can trim a dog really fast with this one. Even in competitions, I start my haircut with this one because it trims really fast. So Christy, what kind of metal is this one?
This is a Japanese steel, and this is good for everyday and any kind of hair.
Okay.
Very strong.
And the best of all, the Novas are the least expensive shears from Utsumi. So they're actually really reasonably priced. I use it every day. So I think even if you do like every Utsumi item, the Nova is still a must-have. The Echoes, I think, is the ideal set for whoever is starting because they're very economic, right?
Yes.
And they still have the craftsman sharpening, correct?
Right. Making an edge. Yes.
So Christy, you were telling me that those shears are made with a special software.
Yeah.
It's called
Computer numerical control machine. Yes.
And your dad was one of the first ones who ever used it, right?
Right.
And the software allows you create this shear with precision and the computer, and then the craftsmanship comes afterwards, sharpening and polishing the metal, correct? So this is why it's different. You're not just getting a shear that it's machine made in big quantity. Even if it is a shear that is machine made, it goes through a craftsmanship, right? To make sure you have good Japanese steel, good sharpening, and long lasting. So whoever is starting, and if you're in a budget, the Echo shears and the Novas are amazing, and you're gonna have a long lasting stuff and the beautiful work with it, right?
Yeah.
This is the GIO line. So, Christy, GIO is handmade.
Completely handmade.
With a hammer.
With a hammer.
The same way that samurais got their swords.
Right.
Same metal.
Right.
Oh my God. So I'm literally holding a katana on my hands, basically.
Yes, sure.
This one is the GIO King. I heard so many great things about this one. I personally still don't have this one. But this one is great for any kind of coat. Which I love about it is about the GIOs, they're very slim. So they're very straight on the hair. And also, the GIO, I heard, the King, I heard, that it can trim a lot of coat at once.
Right.
Yeah. So any kind of coat, like thick coat.
Any kind of thick and fine, anything.
And also, now we have the EUW. This one I have personally, and it's a shear that is amazing for finishing. So see, it's very thin, but the sharpening on it is amazing. How long it takes a process to make one of these shears?
1 month.
1 month of work to make one of these?
Yeah, at the beginning to the finishing.
Wow.
Because one craftsman make one shears.
Wow.
It takes a long time. The process, we have a process, almost 100 process we have.
Almost 100 steps?
Yes.
To get one shear?
Yes.
Now we have this one that is the curve.
Correct.
So to make this shear, you're telling me there are two metals blended.
Yes, because we usually use hardest metal for making the shear because edges stay longer, but this is a curve.
Okay.
So we have to make a curve. It's very difficult, so we use two metals. and the edge, we use a little bit softer metal.
Oh, so, but it's still blended with a hammer.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
And how long does it take to make one of these?
More than these shears.
More than a month?
Yes.
Wow.
This one is very difficult. The craftsman has the most experience. Otherwise, it will break.
It will break. Okay, guys, so there we go. The GIOs, the handmade specialty line of shears. This is really a piece of art that you're holding in your hand. That someone worked an entire month so you could groom your dog perfectly with one of these beauties.
Yeah.
Two other types of shears. So we have here two super curved shears, right?
Yes.
And because they're very angled, they're like more angled than the usual shears. And I have this one, and it's amazing to do Asian fusion face. It's amazing to do feet. It's like a lot of times when you have a big shear and you have a small dog, you know, the curve is not relevant enough. Yeah. So this one, it's a small shear with a big curve, which is great. Also, you were telling me that it's hard to make.
Yes, it is.
Because
it's super curved
and small.
Small.
And if you're not making really properly and someone very experienced, it will break.
Right.
Okay. And also the difference is those guys over here, they have a higher quality of Japanese stainless steel from the ECOs.
Right.
All right, so now the blenders. So here we have a blender that features a curved teeth that helps to not leave marks.
Right.
And also you told me that the edge has edge. And has micro edges on the edges.
Yeah, especially on the tip we have a groove, and we put the edge on the groove. So that's why it doesn't make any line.
Oh, okay. And how long does it take one of these?
That was a machine made. You know, it doesn't take a long time, but
it's still a lot of craftsmanship to make sure there's an edge on the edge on the edge.
Right.
And I'm sure the software that you've been talking about, it's very detailed and complicated too.
Right, because especially this blender, we use a wire.
Oh.
So wire goes individually.
Oh,
So
I
that's
see.
why
So it's made, those sheets, they have to be made one by one.
Yeah. So we call wire cut.
Wire cut. Wow. All right. So then we have those three other blenders that I see that they're finer. And I know you have some very special blenders. And one of them has 40 teeth.
Yes.
Which is differential from the regular blenders that usually have 38.
38.
38. So you added those two teeth more and the edge.
Right.
Okay. So there you go, guys. The best shears in the world. And as you've been seeing, we literally are holding a piece of art. A lot of knowledge, a lot of tradition you're holding in your hand. And that's why Utsumi is what it is.
Thank you.
Isn't it? And it makes the entire difference. Like since I started using Utsumi, I can't use anything else.
Wow.
Okay, this was all of us for Transgroom TV. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, don't ever hesitate to ask us. Just click below and ask us whatever you would like to know about the Utsumi scissors.